So Shalom, Shalom. This is Obadiah Yasharallah. Come to make a quick video. First and foremost, I want to say all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, the elders and apostles of the great millstone who bring us this truth and are the leaders of the Israelite family on earth, whether you like it or not, and whether you receive this or not. If you hear water in the background, I have a watering system for my ribs plants. So let's take a look at this quick video and we get right into it.
Did Israel secretly attack NATO nation Azerbaijan to form front against Iran? An Iranian diplomat has alleged that Tel Aviv was deliberately trying to create a provocative situation by dragging Tehran into a conflict with Azerbaijan. Iranian ambassador to Russia, Kazem Jalali, accused Israel of waging a psychological warfare and trying to promote their interests.
In the name of God, the gracious, the merciful, our armed forces general staff today announced that in some areas others were attacked. It's very likely from the Zionist regime.
And they might be seeking to instigate a major incident similar to the situation that unfolded earlier today in Nakhchivan. Our country's General Staff of the Armed Forces then issued a clear statement confirming that we did not strike Nakhchivan.
And there was no justification whatsoever for striking it down. Therefore, in the very same statement issued by our General Staff, it was clearly indicated that it is highly probable the Zionist regime and other parties are undertaking these provocative actions with the specific aim of embroiling us in conflicts with our neighboring countries. You already know that this is a psychological war and they are attempting to dominate their own narratives through their respective media outlets. However, our armed forces are conducting their operations with great intelligence and we are certainly making every effort not to waste our ammunition unnecessarily.
Azerbaijan's foreign ministry on Thursday accused Iran of carrying out a drone attack on its exclave of Nakhchivan.
Okay, so you notice how Israel always accuses everybody, but they can do strikes, but they're accusing everybody of stuff, right? And this is where the Most High is bringing out the least of them, of the flock, right? This is where the least of them will bring him out. So Iran see this as a way to, they're going to just conserve their munitions. They're not trying to shoot off everything right now. He just said that. They're not just wasting ammunition. But they're calling it a psychological war. But see, the people that are doing this, 47, right? And Benjamin Notaju, I got that from the brother Malcolm in Chicago. And Benjamin Notaju, he they conspired this whole thing, okay? And it's not psychological. I believe they're really trying to take the whole country of Iran. I don't think they want the government. Maybe I'm wrong with that.
The ministry said in a statement that one drone crashed near the airport in Nakhchivan and another one near a school, and that 2 civilians were injured.
By Iran against the territory of Azerbaijan, a terrorist act has been committed against the state of Azerbaijan. The territory of the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic has been attacked by the Iranian state with unmanned aerial vehicles.
Okay, so Iran's just attacking everybody else, but it looks like Iran's trying to attack the military bases of the U.S. in these different countries. Not the civilians, but the military bases that, like Putin said, NATO is surrounding the USSR, Russia, right? And they don't want that. They don't want America in their backyard. And so basically, they're attacking the surrounding American bases. And so apparently, one of the bases were in this country here.
The targets of the attack were civilian facilities. Nakhchivan International Airport, its terminal building, a school, and other civilian targets have come under treacherous fire from Iran. The Azerbaijani state resolutely
so they're just saying that they bomb schools.
Those who committed this must be immediately held accountable. They commit acts of terror. We all remember well that these.
So I don't know if anybody watched that movie called Patton in school. So they had us in school watching different war movies. And General Patton said at the end of World War II, let's keep going and let's make it look like the Russians started it. So there was a lot of false flag things being done by, you know, certain people around this world to always try to point the finger elsewhere when the devil himself is the one doing it.
Despicable individuals who carried out this act of terror against us will regret it. They should not test our strength. Those who want to test our strength, their heads were completely shattered. This was achieved through the relentless force of an iron fist. And today's unfolding events will undoubtedly bring forth the very same devastating outcome. Therefore, an action plan concerning this specific matter needs to be carefully prepared. All necessary instructions have already been provided. The Iranian ambassador to Azerbaijan has been summoned to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. A formal protest note will be officially issued. Other significant diplomatic measures will also be implemented.
Diplomatic measures. All right, now check this out. This is a This is a report that supposedly came out 2 hours ago. Let's check it out. Nuclear domino. A nuclear domino. Okay, it said could, but no. We know it's going to happen. It ain't no could nothing. It's going to produce a nuclear domino. Stability now collapsing.
Russia has issued a serious warning over the escalating war in the Middle East. Speaking at an ambassadors' roundtable discussion, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said the ongoing conflict involving Iran could trigger far-reaching global consequences. Moscow says the military campaign launched against Tehran risks destabilizing not just the region, but the entire international system. According to Lavrov, the situation unfolding in the Middle East is already causing major damage to civilian infrastructure and raising tensions across the Persian Gulf. Russia argues the conflict threatens global stability and could send shockwaves through the world economy.
What is now unfolding in the Middle East as a result of the aggression of the United States and Israel against the Islamic Republic of Iran is really fraught with enormous consequences, negative consequences for the whole world, for world stability, for the world economy, for everything that was once called globalization in the name of the prosperity of all humanity. All this is destroyed, and peaceful citizens are suffering, both in Iran.
Do you guys agree? Does anybody agree with what he just said, that the world stability is collapsing? Because you have to agree. Because when you know the scriptures, you know it's going to happen. See, the Most High is making these people say everything they're saying. And this is what a lot of people don't understand about this upcoming global event. For example, just the other day, I said something to my son. Now, I tried to tell my son about, Israelites. He's a part of, the family because of his bloodline. He didn't believe it, and then I said, well, I sent him the clip that where Hodges said that this war is divine and this is God's plan. This is God's plan, but my son said, no, it's not. So I had to let him know, look, son, I tried to tell you, but you're not interested, so he forbeared. Now he's going to live in total shock when it's truth, because I told him, look, son, you're going to believe me when you see it. That's all I got to tell you. You're going to believe me when you see it, but I tried to warn you, all right? So someone in my family, well, a lot of people in my family is forbearing this information.
And as a result of the retaliatory actions of Iran in neighboring Arab states, we express our condolences to any victims among the world population.
Lavrov warned that the consequences of the war could extend far beyond the battlefield. According to Moscow, the campaign against Iran could end up triggering a dangerous nuclear domino effect across the Middle East. Russia says the logic created by the conflict may push countries to believe that nuclear weapons are the only real guarantee of national security. Lavrov argued that such a perception could fundamentally undermine the global non-proliferation regime.
This war that has now been started against Iran could undermine the foundations of the principles of non-proliferation of nuclear weapons. More and more examples prove that if you do not have nuclear weapons, then you can do whatever you want with such a country. This can spur a movement in favor of developing nuclear weapons, not only in Iran, but also in neighboring countries.
Russia also accused Western powers of deliberately destabilizing the Middle East through what Lavrov described as a strategy of division. According to Moscow, the military campaign risks driving a wedge between Iran and its Arab neighbors in the Persian Gulf. Lavrov said the region had recently seen signs of diplomatic normalization, including improved ties between Tehran and Gulf states. But the current war threatens to reverse that progress.
I have no doubt that one of the goals of this operation was to create a split between the countries of the region, between the countries of the Persian Gulf, Iran and its Arab neighbors, between which in recent years there has been a positive process of normalization. The West acts either with us or against us, and the main principle in all this is divide and rule.
And this is the same way, if you think about it, everybody. 47 was having ICE deport people. We saw videos of people talking about black people, you next. Why ain't black people get deported? And it caused all this division within America, right? But behind the scenes, this dude was out making moves, placing battleships, moving assets around the world while we fought each other back here. But that's all a part of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai's divine plan.
Not sure if you saw the news, but Fox News is claiming President Trump is declining in the polls. President Trump responded and says Fox News polls.
Okay.
Lavrov also claimed the conflict erupted at a moment when diplomacy between the United States and Iran was still underway.
Yeah, if you all understand what happened. So basically it's like this. Say I'm coming over to your house and say, hey man, let's squash the beef. Let's take away some of these weapons, man, and let's make it better for each other. You know what I mean? Just act like that. And then you say, okay, peace, bro. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to finish up these talks tomorrow. And then overnight, I just throw grenades in your house and blow your whole house up. That's what U.S. did to Iran. I mean, a dirty tactic. Like, it's a very dirty tactic, underhanded, dirty, backstabbing type tactic. And then you think that people around the world is going to really like these people after they did something like that? Look at this. We're going to go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 3. Let no man deceive thee by any means, for that day shall come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalteth himself above all that is God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Now remember, this dude said he thinks he's in heaven when he was on Air Force One. He thinks he's in heaven right now. Okay? So remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. This is Yahushua saying, right? And now ye know that withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. Okay? Right? For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who know letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him who's coming is after for working of Satan, for the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Okay, that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with some crazy lunatics, man. And America voted this fool in.
According to the Russian foreign minister, negotiations had produced encouraging signals, and there were realistic prospects for progress before the escalation.
Full of lies, broken truces. Again, broken truces. Man, they're not of their word. And then, see, we try to tell people so many times. I know the Northern Kingdom would tell them too. They lied from Jump Street. They came here and lied from Jump Street. Oh, we come in peace. Gonna take your house, okay? And they discovered everything, right? Yeah, how you discover my house? How you gonna discover when I'm on the toilet? You ain't discovering nothing, Esau. You taken.
Occurred. Moscow says the outbreak of hostilities effectively derailed those diplomatic efforts.
Last Friday, the parties left Geneva making very positive and optimistic comments. I spoke with the foreign minister of Oman, who was acting as a mediator in these negotiations, and he confirmed that the American and Iranian delegations parted on a positive note, and that the substantive agreement was very, very realistic. Of course, it was necessary to continue, but instead the negotiations were interrupted.
Look at
The
that.
Russian foreign minister also rejected calls from some Gulf countries to condemn Iran alone for missile strikes in the region. Lavrov said focusing only on Tehran's response ignores the broader context of the conflict. Moscow insists that any diplomatic effort must address actions by all sides involved in the war.
Simply saying that Iran has no right to do anything means that you are actually openly encouraging the United States and Israel to continue. We are in favor of stopping the aggression immediately.
All right, guys. Russia's not playing with the United States. I don't care what anyone says. When I traveled abroad, and back in what was 1988, the country I went to, they said they hated Americans in 1988. Do you think that America got better since 1988 to 2025? America went down when it comes to worldwide publicity. Okay? Down. This is in 88. They say they hated Americans. Now, what do you all think? Okay? And this is so funny because I saw a video earlier where this Japanese dude was saying to white man, you white people got evil DNA. And the white dude's like, well, not all of us. Hey, look, every single one of you. Okay? And you ain't, that's like a rattlesnake saying, I'm not a rattlesnake. I know I was born of rattlesnakes, but I'm not a rattlesnake. I'm different. Shut up.
And we believe that there must be a united position that condemns actions leading to civilian casualties and destruction of civilian infrastructure.
Now, see, America could be like saying, well, you guys are taking Ukraine, but see, USSR and Ukraine was already one country. They're just taking their land back. What they're doing right now, Israel and the United States, has totally nothing to do with something like that. Okay? Totally nothing to do with anything like that.
Lavrov ended his remarks with a call for diplomacy and an immediate halt to military operations.
He's dreaming.
Russia says the longer the war continues, the greater the risk of wider instability and nuclear proliferation across the Middle East. Moscow is urging the international community to push for a ceasefire and restart negotiations before the crisis spirals further.
Nope. Ain't gonna happen. Okay, that's just repeating itself now. All right, so we just read that 2 Thessalonians. We're going to go to Revelations. We're going to go to chapter 11. No, okay, yes. Let's go to 11, right? And we're going to say, so let's start at 13. Let's go to 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up into heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Okay? That's talking about the beaming up, okay, of the elect out of this, right? And the same hour there was a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were offrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven. Okay? The remnant were not, they were not destroyed, and then they gave glory to the Most High, right? And the second woe passed, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. That's World War III. Okay? That's World War III. Okay? 15. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, The kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of Hamashiach, and he shall reign forever and ever. All right? See, that's another thing you Edomites aren't understanding. Your time is up. You will never reign on this earth again, ever. All right? Read Obadiah. It's going to tell you what's going to happen to you in Obadiah. Right? So, now I just want to make a adding of this, because this is what happened a couple years ago, you know, and this is about the Euphrates River. And this really happened, everybody. You can just do the knowledge on it. Go check it out. So, check it out. And the sixth angel, this is Revelation 16, and we're going to go down here to 10. No, we're going to 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Okay? Let's go check that out. Euphrates River, right? The great Euphrates River, right? This was a huge river at one point, right? Right? Let's see if I can find the best one here. So here's the Euphrates now. This was a deep, huge river at one point. Look at this. You can walk across this. You can walk across this, man. Euphrates River. The great river Euphrates is now dried all the way up. That is in the Bible, everybody. That is in the Bible. It dried up all the way. Okay? So now I'm going to jump over to Jeremiah 50. I'm going to start at 1. And the word of the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, and publish and set up a standard published to conceal not. Say, Babylon is taken. Bel is confounded. Marduk is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces. Okay? So, 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon and assemble great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrows shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return vain. Okay? That's talking about those ICBMs right there. Okay? This is going to, look, people, there's no way this is going to turn to something like a flower parade and everybody's going to see rainbows and it's going to be fun. Okay? There's just no way it's going to go back to normal. There's no way it's going to go back to anything that you ever experienced on this earth. Okay? It's getting there. Okay? And we've been telling you it's getting there. But a lot of you didn't want to hear, because you know why? That's the divine story of the Most High, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Okay? So, with that, everybody, I just want to say, keep prayed up. Don't ever give up seeking the knowledge. Okay? And until then, Lord willing, I can make another video. Shalom and Babal Babal. Kwam Yasharallah.